Motrimis mama la capre, motrimis mama la capre.
Previously on
Let's get it on!
For those of you who are watching this series with sound on, you might notice that my voice is slightly more hideous. Anyway, I won't let some minor the delirium afflicting fever from recording an episode. Oh, no. It was because in my delirious state I split the army in two. The enemy kind of took advantage of that. Where we don't have anything to counter them. Yeah, that won't go well for us, that's for sure.
Death and blood on all of them will never bend. They shall die by our hands and never come back again.
And they're left here all confused. I've been coughing for 1 minute and 12 seconds straight. We are now accompanying Pinetes, the Dardanoi. And he literally paved his way here through enemy lines, just through 3 units of enemies fight eagerly. And looks like Dada's men. This is the actual king, I think. I think of a name for their leader, because look, they broke the king with one charge.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
And welcome to another exciting new episode of Let's Get It On. I'm still under the weather, but no way near the brink of death, so it should be a better episode. Thank you for not abandoning me because of my hideous voice. This is sounding even hideous than usual. So here are the true followers of Kotis after their magnificent victory over King, the last king of the Breuci, who hid up the mountains and it didn't serve him well. I think our main priority with this army is actually not to replenish, but to have some more eyes on what's happening with the Romans, because we are going to try and hit Patavium as soon as we can, which won't be anytime soon, but that's our main thing. Anyway, we will patrol here because we are on the brink of rebellion in Noria, and since we do have some money, let's build up Suggestica some more, since the last thing we need is more slums. I guess some more enclosed lands is what we will need here. And let's try and talk with the Wrath of Armatus, with the Orsi. Let's see if they're actually going to have some kind of I want military access. Yes, thank you. So we are going to be on good terms with the Orsi, unless something horrible happens. Can we move anything else? No. So we have two lines of attack that we can go into Patavium from the Orsi approach and the Noria approach. But for now, we will send our spy to just see what the Romans have, and then we will maybe hire another spy to see even more what the Romans have. And by that time, that's just way into the future, and who knows what will happen then? Maybe a civil war. And welcome to April of 274, where our empire already starts to crumble. First, let's start with our political intrigue. The woman, Finuccia 2.0, that we sent to the Sweboys, came back with a clever tactician, so that's some good relations with them. Then, unhappy populace. The people in Noricum are really not happy with us, and they will revolt in, I think, 2 or 3 turns. Something like that. Yeah, in 3 turns. So 3 turns is plenty of time to do something. Other than that, a really good thing that happened is that we managed to accomplish a mission. I usually just ignore those silly missions and write my own story, but this time we accidentally accomplished one. Apparently, all we had to do is control 2 provinces, and after 3 years of gameplay, we do that, and we got some well-needed monies, 6,500, which is a lot. Then we got another objective If you wish for peace, your endeavors will not be encouraged. Maintain 60 units in total. Oh, we can't. Flat out. If we will be able to afford 60 units in total, this 5,000 monies, it will be a pittance for us. Why am I so happy that we got money? Because the Illyrians are back. Those bloody bastards that almost took Segundum from us, someone refunded them, and they showed up again in a king. And of course, look at their movement range. They are in range to both hit us in Segundum and Samsegetuza, which we wouldn't even flinch for that. But the problem is that they are in range for to hit a king, and a king only has 11 garrison, which I don't think they can handle that. To be honest, so this is an existential crisis, at least as far as a king is concerned. Another thing that happened in the between times is that the Orsi, the Orsi army that was here, the Wrath of something, buggered off, and they went here. Yeah, so maybe they are also thinking about going to war with the Romans. We can cross, or we can, and we can steal. Thank God that we can steal, because look, we are starving again. Well, we were, now we are stealing food, so we're not starving, but we were starving before we were stealing food. So we're just old habits die hard. And I'm curious what are the Orsi doing. Maybe they will go to war with the Romans, and that will slightly change the situation? I don't even know. And welcome back to after a short coughing fit, only 40 seconds, not my usual 1 minute and 12 seconds. Oh god. Okay, just soldier through. Okay, well, the coughing fit actually gave me some time to think about how much of a crisis this really is. Because if we lose a king, which honestly wouldn't be that much of a hit, because most of our buildings are just level 1, and we slightly invested into getting our main building to stage 2. But the population, we have 9,000 freemen, and if we lose it and then liberate it, occupy it, it will just reset the hard numbers. We will once again have 29 foreigners. And we already have way too many foreigners, so we just can't really afford to do that. I rather throw money at it, and hopefully it will solve it. So first of all, let's move our main armies. The king is going to patrol, and we will move the follower of Kotis just here, and we will see next turn where do I move him, because we need to patrol, because Noria, they are 3 turns from getting really angry at us. So I want to see, because he really can really march long. Hopefully he will be, probably not, but hopefully he will be in range to help a king, because this a king really is our Achilles heel at the moment. How our empire is made. So in order to combat this situation, the Hells of Death, we need to use Dada, of course, because Dada is always where is needed, and we will have to recruit mercenaries. Let's also bring the guy from, who is this? This is Diordanos. And I also noticed that Diordanos, I took a look here at my guys. It looks like Bikili is a good farmer and all of that, and actually Diordanos is all about cultural conversion. So I think I will just slowly move Diordanos to govern Noria, hopefully help with the cultural conversion there, while I will hire here, what's his face? Bikili, our father-in-law. Because but I can't move him. Well, poop. I thought I will have 3 generals, but I won't. Anyway, it's good to have him park here anyway, because he gives us a lot of bonus. Well, he will give us next turn a lot of bonuses to parking. And in general, Sarmicegetusa is all about farming. So all in all, I think this will be a net gain for us, especially if he will level up. So anyway, what kind of mercenaries can we hire? Ooh, these are good. So yeah, those no, thank you. And here, now. Let's go with the Dacian solution. Dacian solution to everything is folks. So let's get all those 3 folksmen. And hopefully that's enough. Let's see what they actually have. Ooh, these are not the usual formation. They have these are, I think, just Illyrian noble guards. Thracian peltas. This whole army, this whole army is treachery of the highest degree. Because the Illyrians, I bet that the Daorsai have hired them to hit us after they signed a really nice agreement with us. Yes, you can march your armies through our lands and go to war with Rome, and then they paid them to kick us in the shins. And these are evidence, because these are Thracians and lots of Illyrians that are collaborating with them. And they also have the DeI swordsmen. These are some really fierce tribesmen that are really supposed to be really good swordsmen. Actually, I don't even know their stats. And again, Tuatha None, because of course they live in the forest in the king apparently. Okay, and two Illyrian horses. This is actually really bad for us. We don't have any archers, and we don't have any anything. Basically, we just have one nice heavy-hitting front line and 2 horses, 2 general horses. So at least that 2 really good heavy cavalry. But this is quite a balanced army, and we might be in deep doo-doo. So here we are again. Wishing I could do a Bernie Sanders impression. The Illyrians have showed up, and I am once again asking for your military support. This time we actually turned to Jordanus for recruitment, which means we got to recruit from the Potulatense, not the Buridavense, like last time when Dada saved us. And the Potulatense have answered our call en masse. Unlike their brethren, the Buridavense, who showed up with just 2 emergency Volks regiments, the Potulatense have showed up with 3 full regiments of the most bigoted, xenophobic people that they could find. I imagine in my theater of the mind the recruitment process going something like this. A fairly wealthy man with a small entourage shows up to the main gate of Sarmicegetusa. One of the men starts shouting, recruiting, recruiting, muscle for coin, while the wealthy man sets up a chair and like a small table just to lay down some coins for the passing man to see. Soon a big man gets out of a nearby tavern, folks already in hand. He approaches and asks the wealthy looking man, who we're fighting? Illyrians. Oh, how do they taste like? Oh, no, good sir. Illyrians are men. At this point, the big man leans over the table and looks straight into the wealthy-looking man's eyes, shouting, "Did I stutter?" Now, I'm sure you're asking yourselves, how do we plan to deal with a numerically superior opponent who has better fighting men? Actually, I don't think he has better fighting men, like 1-on-1 we would win, but he has a more variable force. They have all kind of stuff that we don't have. I, of course, since I'm still delirious with fever, splat the army, because it worked out so well last time. We sent our cavalry, the 2 really heavy generals, down the road, while we snack the rest of our army into the woods. So once again, the forests in Dacia are full of angry folksmen. It's certainly a trend and let's see what the enemy actually has. These are Thracian Peltas, are very annoying since they are a range unit, and we don't. Not only we don't have any range unit ourselves, we're also highly susceptible to any kind of range units. Most of their army is made up of those annoying Tuatha. I always forget how to pronounce their name. The Taulentian light infantry, who are just good all around, but not really good at anything specific. The main problem that we have with them, is that they have those annoying javelins as well. And here is the main Illyrian noble guard, who is officially he disappeared. They just vanished into the forest. But what they really are is a phalanx unit. And somewhere around here, look at these nice horses. Man, the Illyrians have really nice horses. Yep. Somewhere over here, if we look, there's supposed to be men with beards. And here they are. I managed to spot them. These are the DeI swordsmen. Now, the DeI, first of all, the DeI were a Thracian tribe. Yeah, so they're supposed to be our cousins or brothers from other mothers. And historically speaking, according to the Greeks, these were the most violent and aggressive of all the Thracians. So yeah, in the game they are fairly good. They are heavily armored with 30, and they have decent stats all around with an amazing base morale of 52. Luckily for us, we only have one pylon to throw at us, so at least there's that. Anyway, this and their general are their crack troops, so yeah. Now the actual fighting starts when we spot here some horsemen who are somewhat undefended. So for better or worse, we decide to pounce on them here and now, because the Illyrians themselves are not showing any signs of any kind of initiative. They're just sitting in the semi-clearance in the forest, doing absolutely nothing. And for some reason, they were really unsuspecting. They can at least see and hear us. Riding into view, but for some reason they have other things to do, I guess. I don't know, or maybe they're trying to bait us. If they were trying to bait us, we were thoroughly baited, because they're only the only thing that we can actually see that is guarding them are one of the Tuatha. So we decide to just throw caution to the wind and start the engagement. Looks like they did hear us. Now, luckily for us, we have really armored units. So I hope then, I mean, every pylon that they're throwing here, they're not throwing at our naked, or at least barely clothed forksmen. So it's a good trade, I guess. And at this point, I think, yeah, the enemy cav just ran forward, and we try to break engagement and still be around, I guess. Well, to be around, I mean that we're still trying to remain inside, so at least some of the enemy units will come and chase us. And it looks like it worked. At least one unit of the DeI are actually following us. So that's a maze balls. That's really amazing. We took one of the elite units of the enemy. We're wasting them because they are pursuing us. And at this point, that we are outside of the woods, we pounce back on the enemy cavalry. And damn, I hate shock cavalry. They are so fast and so lengthy. But against two general units, they can stand a chance. So they are once again trying to disengage. We are trying to follow them, and we are drawn into the DeI, and we don't want the DeI. So so we are breaking engagement here. And looks like another unit came to chase us, so that's another unit of no, that's one unit of Tuatha Dé Danann. So all in all, at least 3 units were drawn out, where 1 cavalry was totally beaten, and the 2 units were drawn out from the main engagement. Now, I think, yeah, well, I'm just ignoring these units, and we are going back into the main engagement, bypassing the units that were chasing us. Now let's use the power of editing and go and see what happened in the main engagement. Now it was at this point when the order to attack was given, and despite only seeing silhouettes of the bloody Tuatha Dé Danann, the loyal Potolatense charged in. And what a welcoming committee. First we have those annoying peltas that are really, look at all 4 men just dying to silly pilums. Luckily there was also, we are fighting in the forest, and we have the gods of the forests defending us. And look at this, this is the worst thing ever that could happen to us, cavalry. We can't really answer it with anything, so I decided to do the best thing that we can and just send Dio's men, the Celto-Thracian sellswords, the most well-armed, or at least somewhat clothed of all of our troops, and it didn't really work. They only ran away because I also diverted another unit of folksmen. But we are going to try and guard our flanks with the Celto-Thracian sellswords and build some kind of human shield wall to shield against those. Oh, this is so painful. These are well-paid men that are really earning their income. I think at this point we did manage to lock them down into an actual scuffle. So yeah, it didn't really go well for us, but at least they weren't mobile, and they couldn't bring their charge bonus into bear. So all in all, a good trade, despite it really not looking like that. Let's also take a flyby at. We just got just in time, where at least 1 unit of the Tuatha Dé Danann totally broke. Because of course the folksmen will do what needs to be done here. Oddly enough. Because I guess here we only have 1 unit of folksmen, and over there were 2 units of folksmen. Here they are still alive. Who is charging in here? Oh, the Thracian peltas. Oh, how brave! How brave! To charge into your battles. Looks like they're almost running away. But the Tuatha Dé Danann, no, they're not running away. They're trying to shield from our own charge with one of the unit of folks. This is a really hectic, chaotic fight in the wood, just like Dacians and Thracians enjoy. So, well, oddly enough, they're inflicting some casualties. I didn't really expect that, because these are just peltas. They should be just cut down, well, as they are. Looks like the folksmen have broken through that 1 unit of Tuatha Dé Danann that was left, and now they are just victory is, at least on this part of the battle, is well and truly earned. And let's see what oh, I like how the sea of folksmen, the swarm, is now going downhill to see what are we supposed to face. Now here we have joined Dada. Once again, Dada to the rescue. This time he's not even the supreme commander of this engagement. That would be Diordanos, because he brought a lot more men. But Dada did bring the more professional force. And anyway, at this point, our cavalry is circling in back into the fray. And look what we spot with our little eye. This is the enemy general who was just now engaged with one of our folksmen. And Dada is quick to pounce and totally disrupt their phalanx formation, saving this whole engagement. Because those annoying phalanxes can really stand their ground against more or less anything. Even with this charge, but we will circle charge, of course. Hammer and anvil to the rescue. Even with just one charge, we didn't manage to kill too many. But hopefully now with the second, we will disrupt their formation even more and allow our folksmen to start cut them down more efficiently. And this time I think we decided to stay in a bit longer, just until another unit of folks comes from deep inside the forest to come and totally engulf this enemy general. I forgot to check his name. I think it was Pelas or something, but it in the long run it didn't really. How goes the song? It doesn't really matter. Oh god. Well, I don't know. It's now it's late in the evening, and I think you can hear and feel it on my voice because it seems like the fever is raising its hideous head once again, and I get a bit low energy and it's harder to breathe and everything. Oh, these are the D, and we don't want the D. And we will try to flank them. First of all, we charge one nasty charge. These are some Dacian and Thracian action, and while they fight here, we are of course going to tickle them from the behind. So no, apparently everything they just broke. I think the enemy general officially died, and the whole army. So they didn't even fight much. They just surrendered. They just chased our cavalry, and then when they were finally engaged, they surrendered en masse. So now we are just collecting some nice people to ransom back, probably to the Dorsai, because these are all enemy agents of the Dorsai trying to usurp our kingdom and sack a king and throw havoc on our trade routes. And of course here is the victory parade, and this man, how interesting. So wow, look at this carnage, look at this carnage. There once was an enemy king, an enemy wannabe king, a pirate lord, cut and quartered. I don't think we can even, oh here he is, probably this one. His really lovely armor. So what do you think about coming to a king, Mr. What was his name? Pelas. Normally I will say a few things about the showing of the numbers, but in this case we don't really care, because this emergency army that we probably will not keep. We will disband most of the troops. We did manage to kill everything, so that's the end of this menace. It only ended up costing us a lot of coin for hiring 4 in total units of mercenaries. Not ideal, but hey, that's the price of having an empire. So I hope to see you in the next exciting episode of Let's Get It On, but hopefully I'm a lot better. So see you there.